Hi, my name is Jessica from Berg's Crochet and welcome back to another cozy crochet video. It is a snowy, cold day outside in Michigan, and this is one of the craziest work weeks of my life. Last week and this week are incredibly busy, and so while I don't have time to do a full crochet vlog, I thought I would at least sit down with you because I'm not gonna leave you hanging. Okay, I'm not gonna do that to you. I thought I would sit down and share with you, do a little recap, some of my favorite makes of 2025 and things that I am looking forward to making in 2026. I love showing off projects that I finished. I love talking about upcoming projects that I want to make. Hopefully you enjoy that kind of stuff too. If you're new here, I make all kinds of vlogs about crocheting, my small business that makes custom and pre-designed accessories for fiber artists. I do a quarterly subscription box for crocheters. I like to share all of that, all the cozy, fun crochet vibes, and I'm coming to you today in my big oversized crochet sweater and my little hat and my crochet blanket. We are tripled up on crochet today. I have a fresh cup of hot coffee and I do have some crochet here that I might work on, making these little flowers for a project that I started in my last vlog. If you haven't watched it yet, you can go check it out and see what those are for. But I'm basically gonna do a shorter video today just because of the time crunch that I'm in. And we're gonna just kind of go down the list. I'm gonna be including a lot of TikTok videos from over the past year. That's actually what I use to kind of compile my list of favorite makes of the year because most of them were documented over on my TikTok. So I'm gonna pull up my list and I'm going to probably overlay and show you guys a lot of the things. The very first thing that I started with in 2025 at the beginning of the year was actually wrapping up a challenge that I did in the year 2024. I did a challenge where I wanted to make all 8 blankets in a blanket pattern book that I had within the year. And I pretty much did it. My very final 8th blanket, I finished like a few days into the new year. That's fine, I'm not mad about that. But that was like the first project that I finished in 2025 was the last blanket of my challenge. I loved making all of the blankets in that book. They were all so pretty and so lovely. But the final blanket that I made, it was one of those where you make up the strips and then you attach them together, and it turned out really beautiful and I loved that blanket. And then I got started with a project. We're gonna talk about this project now, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later because this was a project that I thought was going to be done by now, and it's not. This project is my mandala gallery wall. It's going to go right here above this couch where I'm sitting. And I purchased a book by Emily Littlefair. It has 27 different mandala patterns, and I got real obsessed with crocheting mandalas a couple years ago. And so I bought this book, and I thought once we redid the colors in our living room last year, the beginning of last year, I thought it would be a really cool statement piece when you first walk in the house. This is like the biggest real estate of wall space that I have, and I thought it'd be really cool to do a mandala gallery wall. I got a start on it, and I have made, I think, around 5 or 6 mandalas, but I have not finished even close to the entire book. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit all 27 on this wall, but I do still plan to make all 27. They're in the other room. I should have grabbed them before I sat down, but let me grab them and I will show you what we've made so far for the mandalas because it'll just be easier for me to show you than to try and compile a bunch of videos together. Okay, I also am planning to crochet these onto hoops. And I think one of these I haven't even quite finished. I think it's this one. I don't think I finished this one all the way yet. But the texture and the detail in these is gorgeous. So like, right? Super cute. Some of them are single color and some of them are tiny. This one's a smaller one. And some of them are very, very large. Oh, this one's even tinier. Here's another single color one. And then I saved the most impressive ones for last. There's this one. And we're doing all of these in like a similar color palette, okay? I am going to add more colors in, but I've been using the same like handful of colors. And this is the big boy. Whew. Looky there. Okay, so picture them all kind of, you know, on metal rings, end to end, stacked. We'll talk more about that later, but those mandalas were toward the beginning of the year when I made those. I have made a handful of wild oleander hooded scarves, a lot of them with matching hats. A lot of those hooded scarves. I made one for myself. I was commissioned to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this year, I think. So I've made quite a few of those hooded scarves, and I'll try and pull clips from all the different ones that I've made. And like I said, some of them I made matching hats to go with. One pair I even crocheted a pair of mittens to go with them because I had enough leftover yarn to do another project. Once you get the hang of it, they're a mostly mindless project, and they're stunning and detailed and really beautiful when they're done, but it's not a project that you're gonna be working on for a crazy long amount of time. You can whip them up pretty quickly, but you still get a really satisfying finished result. And every time, it seemed like I would get in a routine where every time I would finish one, somebody would, you know, I would give it to the person, they would maybe post something about it or show it to a friend or family member, and then that person would want to purchase one. And it was just like this. As soon as I would finish one, I would get an order for another one. It was kind of like this chain reaction thing. So I've made quite a few of those this year. I made a couple of emotional support pickles. Those were commissioned by a friend. She was actually doing a birthday party for her boys, and they requested a pickle themed birthday party. I love when kids want like weird themed birthday parties. I think it's the funniest thing. I think it's so cool. They wanted a pickle themed birthday party, and so she thought that it would be really funny if I made a couple of those emotional support pickles for gifts for them. And so that's what she did. I'm very glad that I was able to do that for them. And by the way, those emotional support pickle patches that are in the shape of a pickle jar, how cute is that? Those are on my website. I actually have a whole pickle themed collection. So if you are a pickle lover, I have the emotional support pickle patches. I have pickle themed folded tags. I have a set of pickle themed stitch markers. I have pickle chip buttons and pickle square patches. I think that's all the pickle things. All the pickle things. So you can go find the Pickle Pal collection is on my website if you guys are in need of pickle themed accessories. And then I made a couple of wearables, both of which you have seen. The Stony Shore pullover, that was one that I included in my closet tour video. I made that one last year during the winter time. And I also finished off my Christmas granny square vest at that time as well. That was where it was supposed to be Michael's shirt originally, and then the sizing wasn't working, so I decided to kind of repurpose it and make it into my granny square vest rather than trying to make it fit Michael and then start from scratch and crocheting a sweater for me. I just decided to kind of change gears and make it into a sweater vest for me instead. And the time is approaching very quickly where we are finally going to be able to wear those outfits at Christmas events, which is very exciting. I crocheted a few towel toppers for my mom for Mother's Day. She specifically requested if I could make her a couple of those, and I found a really gorgeous pattern. It's the Bavarian Stitch towel topper, because I feel like a lot of towel toppers that I see, or towel holders, whatever you want to call them, are like single crochet or half double crochet, and they're just kind of plain looking. And I really wanted something that had some detail, that had some texture. And the Bavarian Stitch towel topper pattern is so cute, and it's not super complicated, even though it looks complicated, and they turned out beautifully. I really enjoyed making that little set of towel toppers for my mom. Tumbler cozies. I found Blondie Knots tumbler cozy pattern before I ever knew that she was a YouTuber, a vlogger. I love watching her videos now. She's one of my favorite crocheters to watch on YouTube. And it's funny because I found her pattern before I even really knew who she was. But I got on a big Tumblr cozy kick for a while there, and I made one for myself. I've actually made two for myself. I made one for a friend. I think those are the only three I've made so far. I think if I posted it on my Facebook and did like a commission call, like, hey, I can make these. Actually, I think I did do that and I didn't get any takers, which is surprising because Stanleys and like Tumblrs are really having their moment, and I get tons of compliments on it when I take it out. And I've even had people, like, when I take my Tumblr with me to a hot cocoa bomb market, I've had people be like, oh, do you have those for sale? And I'm like, I don't have one right now, but I can make one custom for you. I haven't had anyone actually take me up on it yet, but there's tons of interest. Maybe I should post again and see, because I really enjoy crocheting those cozy Tumblr cozies, and they're so darn cute that I want to make more, but I don't really have a reason to at the moment. But anyway, that pattern is a 3-in-1 pattern, and I've made all 3 varieties, and I love every single one of them. Okay, next up is the fish dice bag that I made for Michael's birthday. This is a pattern that I purchased forever ago, and I kept saying that I was going to make this for Michael, and I just hadn't made it yet, and I finally was like, I'm going to get this done for his birthday. The pattern itself is kind of intimidating because she's got all these different ways you can make up this fish. And there's lined, there's unlined, there's a drawstring one, there's a like wine cozy, there's a golf club cozy. Like, she's all these different like mods and variations. So the pattern itself, if you download it and print it, it's like 20 something pages. Even just for the version that I was making, it was a lot. Like, she was very, very thorough with written instructions, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes it's a little overwhelming when you see all this writing and you're like, oh my gosh, how complicated is this pattern? But I did get it done. It did turn out funny and cute, and he loved it. And it's more of a novelty thing. Like, he doesn't really use it that much, but he does have it displayed on his little shelf with his Magic the Gathering stuff. I remember as soon as he opened it and got it, he took a picture of it and posted it and was like, look what my wife made me. And I'm like, that's it. If Michael posts a picture of something and shares it and says, oh my gosh, look what my wife made me, that's how I know that it was a hit, that it was a success. And then I got into a couple more wearables. I pattern tested Hooks and Healers Annie's Ivy cardigan. It is a super cute, very lightweight cardigan. It's kind of like a mesh stitch type situation. I love that cardigan. That one's great because you can wear it virtually any season, just depending on what you layer underneath it. And then I did another pattern test for another wearable. I was like in my pattern testing era this summer after not really doing that hardly ever. I pattern tested Journey Chanel Designs Peekaboo Blouse. That was when I first kind of started making YouTube videos, and it was one of my very first videos where I went on vacation with my family to Houghton Lake, and I worked on that peekaboo blouse pretty much the whole week that I was there on vacation. And you can go and watch that if you haven't watched that video yet. That's one of my first ones. And another project that I started while I was at Houghton Lake was the Starfish Sleeper. I made that as well as a baby blanket for my best friend's baby, who I just got to meet a few weeks ago in person for the first time, by the way, because they don't live here, they live out of state. The Starfish Sleeper turned out so cute. I loved how that little piece turned out. And then like all the rest of these things, basically you guys have seen. Pretty much all of these things you guys have seen in vlogs, but I'm just gonna recap them quickly because I felt like they needed to be included on the list. There was a plarn mat that I made out of plastic yarn that is being donated to a homeless shelter. I made a cute bandana with this summer yarn from my subscription box. I made all the items for the subscription boxes that are the kits. So for the spring, that was a couple of lavender pouches. In the summer, that was the front porch coaster basket and coaster kit. And in the fall, that was my granny square. I said my, like it was my pattern. It's Meg's pattern. My friend Megs wrote the pattern, but it's my bag. I made the bag for myself. Anyway, the granny square tote bag, I made that. I've made a couple things for Murdoch the kitten. I made her a little basket when we first brought her home, which she doesn't even fit into anymore. I made her a teeny tiny little bandana, and I also made her the tiniest little wizard hat, like the little purple wizard hats with the stars and moon. I was gonna add stars and moons to it, and then I never did, but it still was a super cute little thing. I have to see if I can find pictures, because I didn't take any videos of that for the vlog. No, I did take a video of the bandana. I don't think I did of the hat though, so I'll have to see if I can find a picture to include for you guys. Let's see, Michael's granny square shirt, we finished that. I made the cat sling for Murdoch, which I still get use out of. I made the capelet for my mom, which I shared the finished result of in the last vlog. I made some knitting machine items for the gift shop, and by the way, little update for you there. I have not gotten any official messages lately to see like if anything has sold, but Small Business Saturday, I was set up just outside the gift shop for my hot cocoa bombs. So I was selling my hot cocoa bombs, not crochet stuff, but my stuff is inside the store. And it was so funny because I was out there basically like literally right outside the door with my tent set up there, selling my stuff. And a lady was holding some of my items, and it was a hat, one of my hats, and one of the twisted ear warmers. And she was like, oh, I'm here to pay for these. And I said, oh, I think you're supposed to pay for those inside. And she said, no, she told me to come outside and just pay you. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's very nice of them, because the store is supposed to take a 15% cut of anything of mine that sells. And she basically was like, well, it's your day too. Like, you're here, you're set up, so I'm just gonna give you the sale. So she literally had them just come outside and pay me directly. So I got to keep 100% of those sales, which was very, very kind and very sweet of her to do that. So I have sold, at least to my knowledge, I know that I sold a hat and I've sold a twisted ear warmer because they were bought directly from me. I haven't heard any updates though, if any of the other items in the store have sold, so I will keep you guys updated. So I made the stuff for the store. I made those micro crochet granny square earrings for the store as well. And then obviously, you guys know I've been busting out cup cozies like nobody's business. I mean, I have to have crocheted at least 30 cup cozies over the past couple of months for my hot cocoa bomb markets. And truthfully, I probably still need to make a couple more before my biggest market, which is in 2 days. It's in 2 days, oh my gosh. 2 days? What's today? Today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday is the first day. Holy cow. So that is pretty much everything I made in 2025. I wanna say that in past years, I've crocheted more than I did this past year. But crochet, the act of actually sitting and crocheting sort of took a little bit of a back seat because this was my first year doing my subscription box. And that took a lot of my time. I think in 2026, I'm gonna be able to find a little bit more of a rhythm because I really have kind of honed in on my process for subscription boxes. And the process of making all of the items and everything isn't as daunting to me now as it was last year. Even though the subscriptions have grown and I've been making more boxes every single time, it's gotten less stressful for the most part because I kind of have a better process down. Now this winter box is a bit of an exception because I also had hot cocoa bomb season going on at the same time. And this season has just honestly been so hectic and overwhelming, you guys. I'm really looking forward to hot cocoa bomb season wrapping up and being able to fully focus on this channel and on my website, my subscription orders, my custom orders, all those kind of things, because I do a lot better when I can focus on one thing instead of dividing my attentions between a bunch of different things. Anyway, I do think that I will have more time for crochet in 2026, and I'm very much looking forward to that because, I mean, I love to crochet. So I want to talk through, and I've kind of mentioned these things on and off throughout different videos, but just so we're all on the same page and getting a little bit of a roadmap into what I would like to accomplish in this next year with crochet. I always like looking forward. I always like kind of having a plan of what's coming up next. I love getting excited about upcoming projects, and you'll have to let me know which one of these things you're most excited to see in this new year. The first thing on the list is finishing the mandala project. This wall has been bare all year and I'm sick of it. I want to finish all of these mandalas. I want to get this project done. I want to get it up on the wall, and that is going to be my immediate focus when I get home from our cruise in the beginning of January. We're focusing in on the mandalas. I will be taking you guys along with me every step of that journey. I'm really excited to see it all come together because I've been picturing it for so long and I want to make it happen finally. The second thing, so I've tried to map these out according to the time of year. So the mandala project is going to be kind of our winter project. Then once we get into spring, I really want to do a front porch crochet makeover. Our front porch is not huge. I have a macrame swing out there and I love to sit out there and crochet. It's a very nice place to sit out there and relax, but my front porch could use a little bit of TLC. It needs a little bit more curb appeal, you know? And here's what I'm thinking, just as a quick rundown, and this is not necessarily an exhaustive list. I want to crochet some plant hangers that will hang from the overhang of the front porch. I want to crochet a jute welcome mat. I have a feeling it will not be very good feeling on my hands, but I will do it because I've actually found some cool patterns of some jute crochet welcome mats that I just really want to make one. I think it'd be really cool. So I want to try that. I want to crochet a round cushion for my macrame swing. Several of the things I want to do for the front porch revolve around the swing. So I want to make like a big round cushion. I've found some really, really, really gorgeous patterns on Pinterest, and I'll show a few of them here because I haven't been able to settle on one yet. But I want to basically make it the circumference of the base of the swing. It's a circular swing. So a round cushion would sit perfectly in there, and that's what I want to crochet, is a cushion. I also would like to crochet a pillow and a blanket, and none of these things are gonna be out there 24/7. I have like a little front closet here and I'll probably keep them tucked away, and then when I want to go out and sit out there, I'll bring them out with me because obviously I don't want them to get destroyed by being outside all of the time, but I do think that they would make it a lot more cozy and comfortable to sit out there if I had a nice cushion that I could sit on. And then I also would like to crochet some kind of art, whether that's a mandala that I have out there or some of those crochet wind spinners. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts of other things that I could add to my front porch. Maybe a garland. I have 2 posts, so I could hang a garland in between the 2 potentially. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I could make. I just want to give it like a whole crochet makeover. Heading into the summer, I am going to turn my attention to my retro crochet clothing pattern book. Eventually, I want to make every pattern in the book because I don't know why. I've shared this with you guys before. I just really love the idea of finishing every pattern in a book. It's very satisfying to me. I've already done that with that blanket book that I told you about. I'm planning to do it with the mandala book, and I also want to do it with this retro crochet clothing book. Now, I don't expect to get every piece in the book done this year because that would be a lot, but I would like to pick at least a few patterns out of that book and make them throughout the summer. There's a pair of overalls that I'm dying to make. There's a little vest that I want to make. Into the fall, I would like to make some of the more cozy patterns in that book as well. Christmas. It's Christmas time right now, so obviously I have Christmas on the brain. I'm very excited about making things for Christmas next year. This year, very sad to say, there's not much Christmas going on in my house. I am a Christmas girly. I love Christmas. I love decorating for Christmas. I love seeing all the Christmas lights and Christmas trees and just making it feel super homey and cozy and Christmassy in my house. But there was so much going on this year. We had a whole fiasco with the tree. We have a tree, it's really old. I've had it for years. My parents gave it to me. It used to be in our house growing up. And it's a nice tree. It looks really full when it's all put together, but it's one of those ones where you have to like lock in every branch individually and fluff them all. And it's not a pre-lit tree. You have to light it yourself. And it is a lot of work to put together. Michael has been saying for years, I don't want this tree anymore. I want to get a different tree. It's so much work. And this year he was like, we're done. I'm not doing this tree. I'm gonna buy you a new Christmas tree, which I was super excited about. And I have always wanted a flocked Christmas tree. I think they look so gorgeous. And so he found a pre-lit flocked Christmas tree that was gonna be much easier to set up. And we bought it, we brought it inside, we opened it, took it out of the box, we fluffed all the branches, we put it together, we plugged it in, the lights are on, it's beautiful, it looks great. And the flocking is shedding everywhere. And what do my cats want to do? They want to get all up in it. And I'm just looking at this thinking, there's no way this is healthy, right? Like there's no way that this is gonna be an okay thing. So we Google it, and sure enough, the flocking stuff on the trees is basically kitty asbestos. Like it's super toxic for them to ingest, breathe in, have all over them. And that was exactly what was gonna be happening the whole Christmas season if I left that tree up. They would be messing with it, eating it, and I'm really mad at myself for not thinking about that before we bought the tree and set it all up, but I guess blame it on how busy I've been this season, because I just did not even think about the fact that that was gonna be an obvious problem. So as soon as we got the tree all put together, we realized this is not going to work. And we took it down, we packed the whole thing back up, and we returned it. And since then, we have not bought another new tree. So we don't have a tree at all. And you know how, like, it takes a lot of work to set up a tree, you guys. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but just stick with me, okay? It takes a lot of effort and energy to set up a tree, right? You gotta like psych yourself up and you gotta fluff all the branches, and it's time consuming. And once you've done that, like you kind of want to be done, right? Like it's like, okay, I did the thing and now the tree is up and it stays up and I don't have to think about it. So to do that and then immediately have to put it away and then think I have to do that all over again, it just wasn't, with the amount of things that we have going on, it just wasn't going to happen. So we're not gonna have a Christmas tree this year. And when I tell you that makes me truly, truly so sad, it really does. But it just is what it is this year. And next year, I am going to make up for it by having the cutest crochet themed Christmas tree, okay? This is just phase one of the crochet Christmas makes that I will be taking you along with. I want to crochet everything for this tree. If I could crochet the tree, I would probably do that too. What is Duncan doing? What are you doing, baby girl? Is there something down there? Is it that leaf? Oh, I think that's what you're looking at. Okay. Sorry, Duncan was freaking out and I was a little bit concerned the way she was acting. It's literally a leaf. There's a leaf stuck on the windowsill and she's trying to get to it. Anyway, if I could crochet the dang tree, I probably would, but what I want to do is I want to crochet a tree skirt. I want to crochet garland. I want to crochet ornaments. I want to crochet the tree topper. Like I want to crochet every element using a lot of different textures of yarn and stitches and weights and colors, and I want it to look like a crochet explosion on this Christmas tree. And I don't know exactly how it's gonna turn out, but I will be sure to share it with you, and I'm very excited for that. Other Christmas makes, I'm dying to make the Serdar gingerbread house blanket. I am absolutely going to make that blanket in the most beautiful muted color palette that will go with this living room. And it's gonna be so cozy. And I'm very excited to make that blanket. I also wanna make some pillows. I think a tapestry style Christmas pillow would be beautiful. I'm sure there's 1,000,003 patterns out there for that. I wanna make some 3D like blanket yarn pillows, like a gingerbread house, a Christmas tree, a peppermint patty, something like that. The granny square Christmas tree vest. This is not decor, this is a wearable, but I absolutely want to make this. I'm not gonna make it this year because first of all, I definitely don't have time. But secondly, I already made a granny square based Christmas outfit. But for next year, I really wanna make that Christmas tree granny square vest because it's so cute. And I just think it would be so adorable for Christmas parties and stuff. And then just like some Christmas garlands to hang wherever in the house, I think would be cute. There's so many cute patterns for Christmas garlands that I would really enjoy making that. Two other things that aren't, like a lot of these have been categories, right? The mandalas, the front porch, the retro crochet clothing, the Christmas stuff. These are just two really specific random things that I would like to make next year. One of them is more micro crochet earrings, not necessarily just granny squares. There's a bunch of great patterns out there that I would maybe like to give a try. And this is just one specific project. And I kind of feel like maybe this will be my cruise project. I don't know. We're going on a cruise January 5th, and obviously I'm going to be crocheting. And I was trying to decide what I want my project to be when I go on this cruise. And I still don't know if this is going to be the one, especially because we're going to the Caribbean, so it's going to be warm. So I don't necessarily want like a hot, heavy, thick project, but I think this would be okay. I don't know. I saw this on Pinterest, and the second I saw it, I was like, I'm making that. It was the quickest decision ever. I'm making that. As you know, we have 2 black kitties, and I've become obsessed with all things that have black cats on them. And it is a black cat sweater. And it's basically like a tapestry style sweater. And it's got like a, kind of like a, almost like a turtleneck style collar and ribbing and everything. And I just feel like I need to make this sweater. It's the cutest thing ever, and I really want to make it. So I think that might be my cruise project. I don't know. If you have any other ideas for me of what I should make on my cruise, please let me know, because I'm open to ideas. But that is everything that I have on my list. Everything I shared from 2025 wasn't an exhaustive list. I'm sure there's other little things that I made throughout the year, but I think I hit all the major stuff. And 2026, obviously also not an exhaustive list. There will be people that commission specific things. There will be other things I'll decide to make on a whim. There might be things that I don't get to, or things that I decide to make that I wasn't planning on. Whatever specific things we end up crocheting in 2026, I cannot wait to bring you guys along the journey with me. This is such a new thing for me, like doing this long form content and really getting to bring you along every step of the process. And so to know that we're gonna be journeying through all these projects together is so very exciting to me. And of course, in 2026, we'll be sharing all of the subscription boxes and making custom orders and all of the other fun things that are going to be happening. But these projects specifically, I'm very excited to share with you. Once again, please let me know if there is one project in particular that you're really looking forward to watching. Do you have any big projects planned for 2026? I would love to know if you have like a bucket list item or a big goal that you would like to accomplish. Maybe you're gonna do a temperature blanket or something of that sort. If you are, I applaud you. Okay, Godspeed. That's gonna do it for today. If you're not subscribed yet, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss future videos. I am on my way to 2,000 subscribers, and every single subscriber helps to get me closer to that goal. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And also consider becoming a member of the Nest. If you do, you get perks like early access to videos before they're available to everybody else. You get a special little custom badge next to your name and access to fancy emojis that you can use, especially when I'm doing lives. And your name will appear in the end credits of every video, which is going to happen in just a second. So make sure to check out all of the members of the Nest so far. They are helping to make this all possible, and I do thank you if you've become a member. I will see you in the next video. I know this one was a little bit shorter than my usual longer videos, and we will be getting back to those very soon, I promise. But thank you for dealing with a shorter video today while I have a lot of craziness going on at the end of this busy holiday season. I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.